Hello guys, so today I just wanted to showcase some of the things I've been working on and like what I've done for the Mechanized Magic. So recently I just published the 0.1.0 update, which is like a public beta. So I figured I'd make a devlog showing like a lot of the features of the pack and what exactly is like in the pack. So one of the most important features that I've worked on, in my opinion, is the world generation. It's vanilla except for some of the like ore deposits. So if I just dig down like here, keep digging down. Well, a big ore deposit will spawn between, I don't know, 0 and 64, I think. Yeah, it's, right here. Here's an example of another one. This one is from quite early on when I was messing around. It's from like a pretty old world, but it is right here, so I show it. This one is quite huge back before I got the proportions right. So the purpose of these fans is like to give the player a couple hundred iron, a couple hundred redstone, like a couple hundred soulstone, so they can like so they don't have to mine it. It accelerates the speed at which they can start automating with fun stuff. So that was the ore generation, but the actual like the way the pack is structured is, I think, quite unique. It's inspired by a satisfactory system where you have like a phase or whatever, I forget what it's called, where you have to put in materials and you get unlocks. That's how this works too. So this is like what you'll start off with for automation. Though usually like from my playtesting, I found that you can just skip like straight to tier 3 without automating much. And then once you like start getting a higher, like once you get to tier 5, you're gonna want to have automated a lot of stuff, which I think is fine. So this will be like the tier 1 stuff you have available, the tier 2 stuff available. It doesn't really start until it gets to tier 2. That's when you get fun stuff like the soulwood totems and like blast furnaces. And then you have biomass and presses and all that fun stuff, so you can automate fuel. And then this is just like logistics. And this is when you get into more magic stuff. So like breaking dimensional barriers. That's because you start summoning stuff to, or summoning other entities to enslave them. So that's why it's called that. And then you have like mob automation, because you know you're summoning stuff with a soul cage and killing it. Well, mobs. Anyways, yeah, that's that. So also there is an in-game guide that I've made. So the introduction, then you have the items and blocks with the different crafting recipes. Because I wanted to have a way to show people what they actually have unlocked with the like moving to different tiers. So it's actually pretty in-depth. Well, as much, I suppose it can get more in-depth, but like I have like the actual totems and stuff, or like rights from Malum in here, but I can't figure out a way to get them to like not spin, but they're visualized with NET data. So like I'd have to get like a, actually I don't know if this is true, but I think I have to have like NBT data for it. Yeah. So like, you know, this is like also a good way to guide players into like building the different rights which I think is pretty cool. So yeah, and then I also have like, well, maybe I'll have automation tips eventually. Anyways, yeah, this is like enslaving. Don't worry about that too much. It's like Pal World, but before Pal World ever came out. Also, there's another feature that I want to showcase that's been inspired by Factorio. Well, actually, it's more like inspired by Feed the Factory. This is the researcher. Basically, right now, it'll take like it'll make a copper coin. Sorry. So like it takes an iron sheet and say alloy. Oops, I did the wrong thing. In the future, there'll be like different kinds of research and different tiers of research. Like I'm planning on making like magic research, and then like magic research Mark II, or like logistic research and stuff like that. Of course, that's not implemented yet because there's really only the soul cages, which are it's pretty good to get to the top one. But basically, like you input the materials and then it'll create a copper coin. And of course, it takes 60 seconds because I wanted to incentivize like more than just shoving andesite alloy and iron sheets into like these like at a really fast pace. So like you want to make like maybe like 10 of these. Maybe, I don't know yet because it's all up in the air. But like just like 10 of these and like have a belt like with arms putting them into the crates and stuff. So yeah, that's also another pretty important aspect of the pack. So here is my playtesting world. I've just been wanting to show this off to show some of like the things I've done to make like automation for like the different parts and stuff. I've gotten all the way up to breaking dimensional barriers, all in survival. Though there is like some more you can do that I'm planning for the next year, but I'm not going to spoil that yet. It all starts off with this biomass production. We have a small farm with a right going that accelerates crop growth, and then it gets spat out onto a split and then made into biomass. Right now it's full, so it's not creating any. But then once we have this biomass, a train comes and picks it up from Little Logistics, which is so god-darn useful. Yeah, it's like right here. It's just come back from the dumping off. Well, it would dump off. Well, I mean, it would dump. Yeah, it'd dump and like get put into this cart. But they're all full because all my chests are full. Also, there's no like storage mods or anything because I wanted to incentivize making vanilla storage systems. And there'll be like storage with occultism, and there's also the create vaults. So yeah, that's the biomass logistic system. Then over here we have iron. It's classed as like gravel into iron, but with a bit of a twist. So you have rights creating cobblestone, pushing into this right, which crushes it or makes it into gravel, which then gets pushed down here and distributed to different millstones. And then these get pushed down into a chest and onto a belt into the furnace. I've limited it so like they make like 6. I don't know. Like a certain amount of iron nuggets, because otherwise it'd just be really freaking kind of broken. But with iron nuggets, it's still like well, there's also a use for iron nuggets, which just makes it a bit easier. So that's iron. And then over here we've got this soulstone. Right now it's kind of jank because I didn't realize that when you like craft, can't see because of the belt, but when you like blighted soil gets pushed, it just breaks. So I had to redesign like how this would work. And I initially had like a foliate from Aquadism picking stuff up, but the pistons pushing the blocks just broke its pathfinding, so this is the best solution I could come up with. And it works alright. And then, you know, same thing as iron, it gets sent down to be milled and then processed by the blast furnaces. And then gets sent off to the other storage. And then we have redstone. So we have a soul cage here, which is basically a spawner. It'll spawn some creepers, and then they die. They have their gunpowder sent to be compacted into basalt, which then gets sent off to be what is this? Yeah, it gets sent off to be turned into cursed grit, which then is broken with this totem, and then it gets sent to be milled into redstone. And then over here we have ash production. Skeletons get spawned by a soul cage, die. Their excess gets put into lava, and then I have a train here. I'm picking up bones and then dropping them off at the furnaces. I don't think it's been dropping them off though, because it is full. Yeah. Yeah, because the only use for ash right now is just creating rune dust. And can't make that go any faster unless I want to have more mechanical presses, but it's fine at speed right now. I like it how it is. I think it's really neat. So yeah, that's my playtesting world, and that's also the end of this devlog. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in like, I don't know, a year maybe when I push the 0.2 update. Anyways, yeah, that's it for today.